anytime we tell a story for the first time we ever present, it's like there's this outside voice looking at us saying, how are you? We're not even connected with what's coming out of our mouth because we're too busy going, do you sound dumb? Did you do this? We're scanning ourselves. And for me, I go back to my time. I worked at Disney World for a couple of years, and no, I will answer your question right now. I wasn't goofy. That's always, I'm way too short. I'm only 5'8.5", 5'9". I'm a good, if I'm with good shoes, if I really stand up tall, I probably would have been one of the chipmunks had I been a character. But where I worked at Disney World is I worked at a ride that was called the Great Movie Ride. And it was a 30-minute tram ride through the history of the movies. You started with Gene Kelly, you went through Mary Poppins, you went through a gangster scene and Alien and Wizard of Oz. But when I first got there, it was this huge script that I had to memorize this whole script while driving a vehicle. And I remember, Pat, initially the first time I ever got up, to do that in front of an audience, you want to talk about a voice in your head was, you're not going to remember this. This is way too long. You know what's coming up next. And it's all there. And I think it all comes back to knowing your material. As we talk about what's your presentation, what's your story, there's always a time that you're just going to click on live and just start talking. But I'm going to really encourage you to figure out who's your audience, what's the story, what's the purpose. And as you get more comfortable with where you're going, with what's the purpose of this message, what are you hoping to get the audience to do?